The recording is in progress. I don't know if you know it though, but I like for that kind of stuff to be, you know, the show to start with that kind of shit. Let that, just let that kind of shit happen first. What up, though? This is the what's the name of the show? The Offseason. I'm your host, OG Tim Wilson, and I'm here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways, and we are here to talk sports, talk shop, talk shit, talk shenanigans, talk shit. I can't think of nothing else to start with shots. But we about to talk it. Damn it. This is the off season. Let's take a shot, baby. We call talk shots.
There we go.
All right, I got one last shot left after this, and then I'm out of crown. And I'm not getting no more crown until I get one from Big Ed. That's it. So, if he wants me to stop drinking crown for the rest of my life, he can just welch on his bet. Because I ain't buying another bottle until I receive one from him. I'm done.
I got you.
I got you. I got you. That's what he says. I got you. I got you. So we're going to kick it off in grand fashion with nothing else but I don't know what we start with. Let's start with March Madness. How about that?
Okay.
Yay! Let's start with March Madness. Hey!
We don't need to start cheering.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So I first want to point out that I don't know if it's just a thing of just not taking it serious or just trying to prove a point that he don't. But Waze made the dumbest bracket of all time. This nigga got Kent State winning it all. Come on, you pick Cinderellas to win one, maybe two games. You don't pick Cinderellas to win it all. That's not how it works. Because eventually, the best team is going to win. Eventually, they're going to run up against somebody that's not going to be losing to a Cinderella. In fact, what normally happens is they eventually run into somebody to say, man, I'm so glad you lucked up and knocked off that number 3 seed because I'm about to beat your ass. Thanks for an easy game. Thanks for giving me an easy road to the next round. And that's normally what happens to the Cinderellas eventually. But he picked Kent State out of Ohio to go all the way and win it all. Needless to say, they lost their first game. So, where you at? That's it for Waze's bracket. It's busted. However, he's in third place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In first place, well, let's go backwards. In fourth place is Dijon, who called me and said, hey, I was doing it at the last minute, so I didn't really make my picks. I just did auto pick. And his auto pick picked Tennessee to be in the finals. So eventually what happens as these rounds go by, you lose points because you have teams that's already out, right?
Right.
So right now, Waze is still ahead of Dijon, but Dijon still has his finals team in there. So therefore, eventually, he's going to catch up and pass him because Kent State is never going to win a game, right?
Right.
But he has Tennessee winning it all, and I have to say, I had not seen Tennessee play this year, and I watched Tennessee against Duke, and Tennessee looks tough as a mofo showing up. The SEC teams play rugged as hell.
Yeah.
I've been noticing all the SEC teams are physical as hell. They're playing basketball.
I'm starting to think I should have went with Bama.
Yeah, Bama was actually my second choice, and I'll get to mine and why I chose against Bama. But I got Bama in the finals. I had the two teams I had in the finals was the two teams I originally had, but I originally had Bama winning. But I went the other way, and anyway, Dijon's bringing up the rear, but he's got Tennessee finishing. So he's still alive because he's still got Tennessee, and they're still alive into the Elite Eight. Big Ed, I'm going to jump to you at number 1. Big Ed is at number 1 in first place after the first 2 weeks. However, he picked Marquette to win it all, and Marquette fell to the mighty Michigan State Spartans, a team that I picked to beat Marquette, by the way. So I still have the Spartans alive in the Elite Eight, and they are alive, not Elite Eight, but into the Sweet 16. Unfortunately, I have them beating Purdue. Or losing to Purdue, I think. Yeah, I have them losing to Purdue in the Elite Eight. And Purdue went out first round. Only the second time in tournament history a 1 seed lost to a 16 seed, and this time it was Purdue. The first time, it was this team out of Miami Beach who beat Virginia by 20 points. It was ridiculous. It was like, holy shit. 16 beat a 1 by 20? But so the second time in history, 16, Fairleigh Dickinson knocked off Purdue, and they only got in because they defeated TSU in the play-in game. Big up to Houston. Texas Southern is in Houston, Texas. So they lost to Fairleigh Dickinson, and then Fairleigh Dickinson went off and upset Purdue. So Big Ed is at the top, but his champion is out. So we expect a slight tumble here for Big Ed as the games go by. I am in second place with 240 points. I'm sorry, Big Ed got 250. I got 240. Wade's got 210. And Dijon has 190. That's our points. I have, I'm sorry, that's round 1.
I was going to say.
Overall total is 410 for Big Ed. I have 380. Waze has 370. Dijon has 310.
Creeping in.
Yeah. So it's actually going to be interesting. So I picked Houston to win it all. So I have Alabama and Houston in the finals, and it wasn't until I had them in the finals and I was about to pick Alabama when I realized the Final Four is being played in Houston. I'm like, that's going to be a home game for them. I'm going with H-Town. They're going to be in Houston. So I got Houston defeating Alabama in the finals, and Waze can hear Dijon's footsteps coming up behind him. Oh, okay, never mind. So I've got Houston. They are still alive, of course, so I've got a shot to catch Big Ed. As long as Houston can stay alive, I've got a shot. And that's where we are in March Madness. Do you guys have any March Madness thoughts? Have you been watching any games or scores in general?
Not really. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got cable, so I can't watch the games.
They on regular TV. He's talking about.
Man, I couldn't find them nowhere.
Yeah, they on regular TV, man. They
Man,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can watch ABC.
Okay.
I don't
I
like
couldn't find
cable.
them on
I don't
ABC
like
or none
all
of them.
that. So I have YouTube TV. I still didn't catch any games, but I had the option to catch games.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't have an opinion. This is my first time doing a bracket. I don't pay attention to college basketball whatsoever.
But have you paid attention to the brackets at all? Just watching brackets, just seeing how they play.
Man, I've been watching the brackets like I'm playing goddamn fantasy football.
I've been doing the same.
That's it. So one thing you'll learn is that with the higher seeds, are higher seeds for a reason. The Cinderellas end up winning some games here and there. Very seldom do they go further than the Sweet 16. Sometimes they do, though. Sometimes they do. It happens. George Mason had made it to the Final Four. Butler made it to the finals before, and came a one shot away from beating Duke in the finals, actually. So there's very few times that Gonzaga became such a Cinderella so consistently. They just became a basketball school, and they're no longer a Cinderella.
Right.
So
they're in the mix every year.
They started out a Cinderella. VCU went far once.
Villanova.
Villanova's not a Cinderella by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Villanova's a big time. So there's I watched the seeds, but at the same time, there's always some surprises. That's why after day one, let me rephrase that. After just the first day, now each round is 2 days, right? So the first round is Thursday and Friday, and then the second round is Saturday and Sunday. The same is going to happen this week, right? So the Elite Eight is going to be Thursday and Friday, and then, I mean, the Sweet 16 is Thursday and Friday. The Elite Eight is Saturday and Sunday, and then they're down to the Final Four. But here's the thing: is that after just one day, out of all the brackets, you know how many perfect brackets were remaining? 0.03% of the brackets that were made were still perfect after one day in action.
So that means there was like maybe 3 people.
Well, there was millions of people playing, so it was down to like 600 something people,
Okay.
and that was down to 0 after day 2.
Yeah.
That was it. No more perfect brackets after day 2. So that's why I say it's just for fun. You don't have to know shit. Everybody that think they know about college basketball, they get it wrong too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody. No, Warren Buffett started a few years ago and decided, I'm going to give $1 million to anybody that has a perfect bracket. And that number's gone up. $10 million if you get a perfect bracket. It's just never going to happen.
Right.
So you just do it for fun, just for fun.
I'm gonna build an algorithm.
I love college basketball, but I haven't watched any. So my guess is as good as yours and vice versa. But
Right.
I've just done brackets before, so I watch the seedings and try to pick a team that I think might pull an upset.
Right.
But a lot of fun though. A lot of fun to me. A lot of fun to me. So just to watch the brackets.
Yeah.
And
I've been watching the bracket like a hawk.
have you been watching? Yeah, me
Yep.
too. It's a lot of fun. Moving on. So there's an interesting story I found.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain retired quarterback that's saying that there's a team out there trying to recruit him and talk him into coming out of retirement.
Okay.
Any guesses on what that team might be? Or that quarterback?
Drew Brees.
By what team?
Houston. No. Denver.
3 wrong answers. Ways you gotta get.
I'm going with the absolute longest shot.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with New England with Tom Brady.
Ooh, that is a good guess. 2 wrong answers. Ben Roethlisberger is claiming that the 49ers are trying to talk him out of retirement.
What?
And the 49ers going after Big Ben? Wait a minute, what's going on?
I find that hard. I don't necessarily believe him.
I don't either. Especially after what they saw in Purdy last year and what they believe they have in Trey Lance.
So here's what, and for both of what you just said is why I have an inkling of belief in it. Because you know what they saw from Trey Lance and Purdy last year? Injuries.
Yeah.
They lost both of them.
Yeah.
And Garoppolo, for that matter. And that other dude, the black dude that I don't even remember his damn name.
Yeah, he only got like 1 or 2 downs in.
So yeah, I mean they literally got down to
Josh Johnson.
They literally got to where they did not have a quarterback. They just had to run the ball every down in the NFC Championship game
with the injured quarterback.
Exactly, because he couldn't throw the ball. So all they could do was run. They were one-dimensional, and needless to say, you can't win that way. I mean, literally one-dimensional. Like you can't throw the ball.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's the reason I haven't. The same reason you don't believe it. because of what they saw. I do want to get to this, though. I do want to get to this. Hall of Fame basketball player for the New York Knicks, Willis Reed, passed away at the age of 80. So rest in peace to Willis Reed. While we're on a down note, I just read this story as well. Freshman football player for Alabama, Tony Mitchell, led police on a high-speed chase, reaching speeds upwards of 140 miles per hour.
Woo.
And after being pulled over, they found 226 grams of marijuana and approximately $7,000 in cash in the vehicle. He claimed his passenger in the car was saying, just punch it. He pled guilty to evading police and running for the cops. And he said, my guy in the car was just saying, punch it. Then they searched the guy in the car, and he had a pistol on him, an unregistered gun on him. So he got arrested for possession of a firearm, and Tony Mitchell is arrested for possession with intent to sell. How do you think that's going to work out for that guy?
Where is he being convicted?
I wish I would yeah, he's a grade A dumbass.
Yeah, at least he tried to get away.
He gets an A+ for dumbassery.
But he tried to get away, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to get away.
That's an extra charge. He might as well just pull it over.
He tried to get away.
And actually, that's not just one extra charge. Now you get endangering the safety of others with a motor vehicle with a dangerous weapon.
But would he be getting all that if he got away?
If he got away. But he didn't get away.
We'd be calling him smarty pants if he got away. Instead, he's now suspended indefinitely from Alabama's football program.
Oh, he done lost his scholarship.
He he likely will, I'm sure. He hasn't lost it yet, but I'm sure that's coming.
Oh, yeah. His football career is done.
Believe me, Saban doesn't have a hard time finding recruits.
No.
Right.
He can go to JUCO.
He can go to JUCO. He can go to JUCO. That's true. That is another pathway back to prominence, actually. If he stays out of jail.
Yeah, but
he might go to jail.
Oh, he's finna get 5 to 10 right now.
He might go to jail co.
In Alabama, he's getting 5 to 10.
He going to jail co, bro. He gonna be the best mother. He gonna be in The Longest Yard Part 3.
I was just thinking the same damn thing.
Gridiron Gang 2. All right, this thing. So let's see here. The Lions picked up a safety out of Philadelphia.
Yep.
The biggest pickup of the week. They're piling up, man. They stacked up that defensive backfield like crazy. They stacked it up back there. So, and he came out and made a statement today and said he came to the Lions. They were asking, because he didn't come very expensive. A lot of people were saying he was worth more than what he got. And he said he just wanted out of Philly because he felt like they were falling apart. And he thinks the Lions are on the way up and Philly's on the way down. I wanted to play for the best team in the NFC. That was his statement. Something to that effect. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Anything else happened this week that you heard of that got your attention?
Adam Thielen went to the Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Dalton Schultz went to the Texans.
Yep. That sure did. And then the Cowboys picked somebody up. Who they get?
Brandon Cooks.
Yep, Brandon Cooks
out of H-Town. That's right. for
Yeah,
a fifth rounder, right?
Yep.
I
And
think
it was a
so.
compensatory pick. It wasn't even their pick.
Nope.
Yeah,
That's cool. I
They still,
mean,
yeah, so they still
yeah.
got all their picks and picked up Brandon Cooks, which tells me that OBJ is not headed to Dallas now. So where
No.
does he land?
Don't know.
Um, man, that's tough. I would think that he's gonna the the team that's gonna be most interested in him is gonna be Tennessee now. But it's a matter of whether or not he wants to go there.
Yeah, and I think he may still be overvaluing himself right now too.
Yeah. I think that's his problem right now. Because he's overvaluing what teams value him at.
Right.
Jadeveon Clowney is still out there.
Yep.
Mhm.
I wonder where he lands as well.
There's a good chance that if he's willing to make it work, I could see him coming to Minnesota.
I could see that. I could see that. Good spot for him actually.
Mhm.
I can see him on another team that's desperate for edge rushers right now too.
Which is
Chicago.
okay. Okay, I can see that. I could actually see that as
They're
well.
just waiting for the next round of free agency to start up.
Problem with the only issue I got with Chicago is the same issue I had with him in Cleveland, and I think he had an issue in Cleveland. Y'all don't play in the dome. Y'all just like Justin Fields crying about the dome already, and he played at Ohio State. This motherfucker played in South Carolina. You know he don't want to play out no damn cold weather.
Right.
So I don't know, but they could use him, and that he would. I think he would benefit from that move. So that's definitely one I would consider. Anything else happened this week, or anybody else still out there that's interesting?
Man, I heard that there is I think it's the Saints looking at Calais Campbell to get him to come back and play again.
So didn't the Patriots just pick somebody up? They picked up a running back, I think,
Oh, they did.
and then somebody picked up the Patriots running back. Buffalo picked up the Patriots running back. Singletary went somewhere, landed somewhere.
The last I saw, Singletary hadn't landed anywhere yet.
He landed somewhere this
Yeah.
week. Yeah, he landed somewhere this week, and then that's why Buffalo went and signed Harris from New England.
Ooh,
And New England landed somebody.
New England added a few somebodies.
Yeah.
They picked up Mike Gesicki.
That's who I was
Yep.
thinking. Mike Gesicki they picked up this week.
They picked up James Robinson,
Okay.
Juju Smith-Schuster,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's another big one. Yeah. They picked up
Jabril
Juju.
Peppers. They got resigned. Never mind.
Yeah, that ain't not. I think that was the big two was Juju and Gesicki, and
Yeah.
then Harris went to
Singletary
Bills.
went to the Texans.
yeah, Singletary went to the Texans, and then Buffalo signed took Harris out of New England.
And Jacoby
Damian
Myers
Harris,
is over in
right?
with the Raiders now.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, okay. That's actually a good spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jimmy G. Everybody's like the Raiders are going to pick up a quarterback in the draft. I honestly don't think so because right
No.
now
They
it
got
looks like
Jimmy
they're
G.
loading up for Jimmy G.
Yeah, they got Jimmy G. Jimmy G is the man. Anyway, I think that's about that's a good list, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's see here. Mal Kiper has put out his first mock draft results,
Okay.
and I have his top 10 picks.
Okay.
So let's run it down, shall we? At number 1, the Carolina Panthers select C.J. Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State University.
Happy I'm not the only one that's been thinking that.
At number 2, the Houston Texans select Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. Sounds a little typical.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers get it wrong and Texans benefit. At pick number 3, here's a surprise. And I don't see this happening because I think it's absolutely stupid. I don't think it makes any sense whatsoever. But he has a mock trade.
Okay.
The Colts move up to number 3 to select Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky.
So they're saying that the Patriots that the Colts are going to be as stupid as the Bears were, and trade a bunch of picks for one pick.
And when you know Arizona is not about to pick a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah. I honestly don't see that happening. The trade, I don't even see the pick happening. I think Levis might end up in the very late rounds.
No, I think Levis is the Colts. All reports has been that the Colts have been set on Levis.
That's
For a
previous
while.
reports, but they've been showing a lot of interest in Anthony Richardson as well recently.
But if they're picking 4th,
Mhm.
and you know the Cardinals are not about to pick a quarterback,
There's no
why
reason.
would you trade up?
And the
Right.
Cardinals aren't going to trade their pick away when they can get the defensive end that they need.
Right.
Well,
That'd be
they
absolutely asinine.
The Cardinals at number 4. Since he's getting ahead of the game here, the Cardinals at number 4, Arizona Cardinals at number 4 select Will Anderson, defensive end out of Alabama,
Mhm.
which is what they would do at 3. And the Indianapolis Colts can still get their quarterback at number 4. So why would they give up anything additional to move up that one spot to get a guy they're going to get anyway? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, there's no logic
It
behind
makes
that.
absolutely no sense whatsoever.
You're basically just trading picks.
Unless
to trade.
unless they're hearing noise that somebody's trying to jump ahead of them.
No, unless they or that possible, or that I hear you. Like somebody's trying to jump from further back
Right.
to get that third pick. So in other words, they jump up and get that third pick so nobody else gets it.
Yep.
I get that. Or there's something else in this deal that doesn't show up in this scenario
Yeah.
Right.
that makes it worth jumping up one. Pick number 5, the Seattle Seahawks select Anthony Richardson, quarterback out of Florida.
Okay. I supported the idea of him getting tutelage by Gino, so I'm not gonna back down from that at all, but I still don't see that.
And I do. I see it.
I
because
see it.
He's a project. He's not a first year. He's not a plug in right away and start guy. But he's a guy with probably a higher upside than any of the other quarterbacks on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So in the long run, if you can afford to not have to play him right now, in the long run, you probably have the best quarterback of the bunch. So that's why I see that. That's why I even called that, actually. I said the same thing. Somebody's thinking like me. At number 6, and there's been a lot of talk about this for the last few weeks, ever since that Chicago pick, I've been hearing a lot of talk about this, and he calls it. At number 6, the Detroit Lions select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Everybody's seeing it now because everybody was thinking cornerback, and all they've been doing in the offseason
Is picking up defensive backs.
Since that Chicago trade, they've been picking up defensive backs galore, nothing but cornerbacks and safeties. In other words, we're not going to the draft for a cornerback and safety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We want somebody proven.
So that opens up the avenue for them to go ahead and grab Jalen Carter. Of course, there's still question marks because of the situation he was going through, and the pro day he looked overweight and all of that. I'm not worried about that. They're gonna grab him.
Yeah.
If he's there, I think they take him. At number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon.
Absolutely see that.
Yeah. They need help on that back end. So
At number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback out of Illinois.
they have so many holes on their team to fill.
They can pick anybody they want.
You're right. Right.
They can pick anybody they please because every pick is a good pick.
But he better be a top shutdown corner though from the get
Yeah.
going that high.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, cornerbacks are very seldomly shut down corners from the get go. That's why it was smart for the Lions to say no, we're not going to go to the draft. We're going to go to the free agent market because cornerbacks take a little time to. Normally, Sauce Gardner was a unicorn. Normally, cornerbacks take some time to get accustomed to the speed of the NFL.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with corners, you don't need them to be lights out right away. You just need them to be effective.
Yeah, I can see that because shit, Jalen Johnson and Kyle Gordon, they're finna be some beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it takes some time though, because like Jeff Okudah is playing fairly well now, but shit, it took him time.
Yeah.
Took him time. This other kid though, Kirby Joseph, he had a good season for the Lions, but you know most of these guys they take a minute, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, at number 9, he's getting nervous over there. Look at him, he's antsy. He's antsy. The Chicago Bears select Finis Denbo. No, I'm sorry. The Chicago Bears select Paris Johnson, offensive tackle from Ohio State University.
And that's exactly what I would want them to pick if I was a Bears fan.
Of
I want
course.
him to pick a tackle, but I don't think it's going to be this tackle.
But you're talking about an offensive tackle that's already familiar with your quarterback.
Yeah.
Not even just that, but he's also agile and quick. And
Yeah,
with
but
a
there's
quarterback like that,
there's one I like better
exactly
though.
what you need.
There's one I like better than Paris Johnson.
But he's got familiarity already.
Yeah.
Quarterback. That's what makes it valuable to me. He already knows him. He's already familiar with him. He's blocked for this guy before.
Yeah.
Probably teach the rest of your offensive line something about this guy's tendencies. And at number 10, rounding up the top 10, the Philadelphia Eagles select Peter Skoronski, offensive lineman out of Northwestern.
This is the one that switched with Paris Johnson.
Okay. Why?
Because he's more versatile. He might not be playing left tackle right away, but he can probably step in and play right tackle right away.
See, I don't want to bank on a problem.
See, I like Braxton Jones at left tackle. He did a bang up job last year at left tackle. We're weak at guard and at right tackle.
Yeah, but right now the threats are always on the edge. Defensive tackles rarely now, unless you're Aaron Donald, are being really effective. It's those edge rushers that's been killing it in the last decade of the NFL. So you want to protect those edges better. So you want someone that can hang with those fast-ass edge rushers, which Paris, he has that speed and agility to maneuver and keep a lot of these guys off.
I've seen that with Skoronski too.
I don't know.
I believe they're going to pick Skoronski, and he's going to start at right tackle this year.
Big Ed is going up against Mel Kiper. Big Ed Kuiper. And that, folks, is the top 10 of Mel Kiper's draft board. His first mock draft board. We might do it again. You might see some changes. And that's it, man. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've done everything. That's a wrap because we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories is what we do. That's it, folks. That's a wrap. Just want to thank y'all for joining us right here on the off season. I am your boy OG Tim Wilson, and I'm here always with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. Make sure you pay attention. If you like what you see, share this with a friend, tell a friend, play it for a friend, go to bed, and then wake up and go to sleep. We out of here like last year. Peace.